Discotheque.
Disco. I swear to God. I swear to God. Did you ever see when he won when he hit the hole in one? Ovechkin?
With who? No.
Yeah. I swear to God, I hit it. I swear to God. You never seen it? I'll pull it up for you later. I can hear you now. The rain is gone.
Don't know if it goes with the riff. I think you need to pick a song that's a little more upbeat.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, fair.
Like, I know you were singing it before.
Oh, I have one for you.
Oh, go ahead.
Ole, 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 ole. Ole, ole. Do you know why I'm singing that? Do you know what today is?
Oh,
Yeah, that's
today
right.
is ultra Greek Day.
Ultra Greek Day.
Like-
There's March 25th, Independence Day, and this is also the second most important day.
Maybe
in
the
all
first.
It could honestly trump it. You're right.
What a great day today
What a great
was.
day. We forgot to tell Jeff.
He'll find out.
Yeah.
He'll find out.
Yeah. What a great,
Oh.
what a beautiful day. And it's America Day.
I mean, what more could you want?
Independence Day, hey.
Independence Day.
Independence Day.
Why don't they call it America Day?
They should just call it Greek Euro Cup Day.
Greek Euro Cup Day, America Day,
Ole, ole,
everything.
Ole Day.
Ole Day. No, it's like I love the Ole song. Like whoever does it against the other team when they're losing or whatever the situation, it's like one of
Absolutely.
my favorite chants that I hear.
You know, it's crazy when you get into a soccer game and you're watching it on TV and you can hear the roar of the
Yes.
crowd singing the songs. And I just think there's 80, 90, maybe sometimes 100,000 people in that stadium. How freaking loud is it, Mitch?
Oh, it's amazing. And you know who's actually excellent at it? The Montreal Canadian fans.
They are.
excellent. Excellent at it.
I love it.
I am a big fan of it. But you know what else I'm a big fan of?
I'm going to guess real locker room talk.
Podcast 39.
Oh!
Big time.
Big time.
Big time.
This is the big leagues, the big time.
Yeah.
Number 39 was worn by Doug Waite. And you know what else has
How about another guy? The guy we all love here. Doug Gilmour.
Oh!
The killer.
There you go.
Yeah.
Calgary boy, Toronto boy, everyone's boy. Pound for
Everyone's
pound. Was Doug Gilmour not the best, grittiest first liner of all time?
I
Do we give it to him?
truly, if I ever played the game or wanted to emulate somebody, I think he's the guy.
I think if you put Doug Gilmour on any line, any first line, like just, could you imagine if you had Yager, Lemieux, Gilmour, Gretzky, Curry, Gilmour?
It's fantastic.
You wouldn't need some.
It's probably why Don Cherry loves him more than his own kids.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
He would definitely adopt.
What
Doug
a
Gilmour.
week. Let's talk like Doug, as much as we love talking about you, we'll talk about you another time. But right now,
Yeah.
like literally, we say it each week, and then sometimes we try to fill it, right?
Yeah.
This week was crazy.
Whirlwind of a week.
Unbelievable what's gone on. Like, and that's including what we do, like outside appearance. Like, so it started last Friday. You and I were on another podcast.
We're getting
got
big,
invited.
Mitch.
Yeah,
we're getting noticed.
Huge.
People
Huge.
want us now.
We're huge. We're huge. And so we got on.
We're such a bad podcasters.
I think you had a better time at that podcast than you have here.
You know what? Maybe the content had something to do with it.
I would say so. You were in your zone.
right in my zone.
You know, sometimes it's for you people that out there, like you guys got to remember, I get to see Dimitri's reactions to certain things. So when he talks about like NCAA and if the player should get paid or not, he's got this look in his eye. But
I get
him.
the two veins.
Yeah,
I
you
get
got the
these
two veins. But get him talking about relationships. Whoa! All of a sudden, it almost sounded like he knew what he was talking about. So it was actually quite fun to listen to us listen. And it comes out tomorrow, I think, right?
Yeah, but Mitch, but it's funny because we're opposites there. It took you a while to get in on that too. You didn't know if you were going to get in trouble from mom.
Right.
It's like you didn't want to admit that you saw a porno mag, and then about a third of the way into the ride, then you opened up.
Well, no, it
with some
wasn't.
serious
I
insight.
honestly, I'll tell you the truth. I didn't jump in right away. So this podcast, the Raw Cast, right?
Yeah, let's give the shout out first.
Give out shout
So last Friday we recorded a podcast called The Raw Cast with the girls Tina and Lacey.
Yeah.
They got a great show going on. Ladies, all female listeners, you got to check them out and listen to them.
Female, male too.
I was gonna get there. I was gonna get there, but they're talking about their alley. They're two ladies with their perspectives on relationships, on pop culture, on really that theme. But they do it very, very well. They complement each other very well. They do an excellent job, and I can't say enough about it. And it's raw cast. They have no fear, no filter. Take it as it is.
I look at it as, if you guys want to give, if I'm going to give it a kind of an idea of what you're going to listen to if you get on it, and you got to listen to it, it's kind of like Sex in the City now has a podcast. That's the way I viewed it.
Yeah, a no filter Sex in the City.
Yeah, no filter Sex in the City.
Yeah, I loved it.
Podcast.
So they had us on Friday, and it was interesting. I think they liked it too because they got a male perspective side.
I think so.
When you're like Mitch, for you and I, for example, we talk sports, we get into our own mode. I mean, the cool thing about us is we do often disagree and sometimes agree on things.
True.
Mostly I'm right, you're wrong, but neither here nor there. Jeff sees it every week, right?
Of course, Jeff.
Yeah.
Jeff may see it every week, but he knows. He knows.
Yeah.
He knows
Okay,
deep
no
down.
problem.
Yeah.
But it, sometimes you can get caught up in yourself or in your own show, and we can do that as well. So it was good to have some perspective.
If there was a time that we needed to do a road show and bring Jeff with us, it was that show. Jeff, you needed to be there, man.
Jeff, you needed to be there.
Yeah.
For you.
In fact, I think we needed Jeff more than they needed us. Like, they thought they needed us, they needed Jeff. Especially after last week's Manga versus Malaka finale. They needed it.
They needed it.
Oh,
yeah.
I was going through some personal stuff last week. I was a little bit bitter.
It's okay. It's all right.
Jeff, you would have found the cure. I assure you.
Exactly. So we had that. That was awesome, and that was a lot of fun, and we thank the ladies for that, and hopefully soon we'll have them on our podcast so that they can
They're sports fans.
They are. They're big Cowboys fans. Not that that's anything good.
Yeah, but, and it is the Rodcast. Yeah. The Rawcast. You can follow them on Instagram. There. But yeah, boy,
and
what a great show.
On Podbean too.
Oh, they are on Podbean. That's right.
Then what else do? NHL free agency, NBA free agency started, and of course the World Cup.
Or the World Gong Show.
Oh my God.
I love it.
I love that. The World Gong Show. That's exactly what it is. So I can't wait to get into it. 14 years ago, our boys, we won the Euro. We got to throw it out there. That's how we started.
Against all odds.
All odds.
Let's paint the picture. Because some people, we got Greek listeners, they already know about it, but we got some non-Greeks.
But the fact is, we're Greek, and we want to tell you again.
Yeah.
This is our only accomplishment since the Acropolis.
And if you know anything about Greeks, we will reinforce the point of how great we were and still are.
Exactly.
And I don't care if the story took 20 times to tell it. 21 times we're going to tell it.
Exactly.
Euro Cup 2004. Right. Same year, the Greeks are hosting the Olympics.
Same year.
Great vibe. Everything's going in. Greece makes it in. Now, expectations aren't too high. Everyone knows Greece, they got a couple players that are playing outside. Maybe they get past the group stage. Well, what happens? Opening game of the Euro Cup, which was hosted in Portugal. Ronaldo was playing.
In his prime.
Absolutely. Greece comes in, boom, we win 2-1. How's your mother?
Hey, how you doing?
We go to Spain, we tie 1-1. How's your mother?
How you doing?
We go to Russia, we lose.
We lost to Russia.
Watch out.
And I got something to say about that. I got something to say about it.
And the Russians, we advance. Now the Euro Cup, it's down to 16 teams when you get into the tournament. Who do we beat the first game? France.
What?
Le France.
Je suis what?
Je suis
nothing. You lost.
So we beat France. France favored to win the whole thing. They had a strong team.
Sure.
I mean, this was a team that still had Trezeguet, Thierry Henry, Perez. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Vieira. It was stacked. Then we moved to the Czech Republic. They were hot at the time.
They're looking good.
What? You think that's a problem? 105th minute. How's your mother? Boom. Fatto.
Boom. Eat it.
Take it. Okay?
Yeah.
Go home.
Yasas.
Who do we play in the final?
Oh, I don't know. Portugal.
Boom. We are, well, actually, I shouldn't say we are. That's very blasphemous. But in the Greek alphabet, you got the Alpha and the Omega.
Right.
We had the Christ the Rapper that Jeff had on over there.
Did you see that?
The beginning and the end, Portugal. Hometown favorite. The game is in Lisbon. It's with the Greeks. You'd think that Portugal would have these guys figured out. They got Ronaldo.
Basically, what we're getting at is Portugal's the dealer. They show 20. We got to pull a 21.
We're hitting on 19.
And we're hitting on 19.
There you go. How's your mother? We beat them 1-0. Mitch, I was in Athens that day. I was with, God rest his soul, our friend Jimmy. We did the tribute show.
Yep.
One of my best memories with Jimmy. We're with my friend Nick in his grandmother's apartment downtown Athens. I never seen a scenario like that in my life. I'm not joking, millions of Greeks downtown. The whole city came right down to Amonia and Sindagman that square. But yeah, 14 years ago today, we defied all odds. The Greeks are the greatest Euro champions of all time. I'm putting it there.
Done. Finished.
I'm putting it there.
I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything else. That's it. Let's move on. What's the show on today? What do we got?
Mitch, we're obviously talking about the World Cup.
We have to.
We said it's a gong show. We're going to get right into that. We're going to talk about the NHL free agency.
Right.
But with that, last week we said we're going to do a year in a review show.
That's right.
We're going to do NHL year in review this year.
Exactly.
Okay, it's going to tie in nicely. And of course, we have to address the elephant in the room. We got to talk about the NBA.
Got to do it.
We must.
Absolutely.
And Mitch, I hope you have Manga versus Malaka for me today.
I sure do.
Good.
And it's the Stampede edition.
Because for those that are from Calgary will understand, Stampede is coming up this week.
The greatest outdoor show on earth.
You know, it is. It's the biggest rodeo prize purse in the entire world. So that's why they can actually use
It's just a crazy party. For all those that don't know, you better know. It's a great party. But before all that starts...
I want to go to the Stampede now. I want to talk about LeBron James now.
You want to do it now?
I want to do it all now, but I can't, Mitch.
No. I'm going to hold you back.
I gotta look, just like I learned on the Rawcast,
right.
You cannot do anything too early. Okay?
Take your time.
Because, Jeff, cue the music. Right now, we're bringing to you the Macromind Media Metrics of the Week.
Macromind.
Media metrics of the week. Macromindmedia.com. They're doing portfolios for you. You're probably sitting around wondering, what can you do for your business? What can you do for your platform? Well, we've been telling you for 39 straight damn weeks. Phone macromindmedia.com or email them. They're in the tech age. Get a setup. Get a website. Get some exposure. You're sitting there draining your wallet doing nothing. I'm getting heated right here. Look how heated I am. I'm getting a little upset.
He's mad, people.
Macromindmedia.com. They did our portfolio. RealLockerRoomTalk.com. They're going to do metrics for you. They're going to get you downloads from Kenya. They're going to get you downloads from Brazil. They're going to get you downloads from every single freaking continent in the world. I'm not worried. Are you worried?
I'm not worried.
Well, neither should anyone else be worried. Make the damn investment. Mm-hmm. Okay? Macromindmedia.com. But Mitch, when we talk about metrics too, we're also talking about AgapeGreekRadio.com. where we're streaming Monday to Friday.
I completely forgot about Agape.
You did, hey?
Yeah, I did.
You forgot about it?
It's not that I forgot, but I forgot.
Well, I'm here to remind you.
Well,
Monday to Friday.
Monday to Friday?
9 p.m. Mountain.
Oh.
Guess what?
What?
Let's say you're on the weekend.
Okay.
It's 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
Agape Greek Radio.
No.
Real Locker Room Talk. It's happening.
Swear?
Pinky swear.
Sweet.
Pinky swear with a thumb stamp.
Nice.
Beautiful. Let's get into it,
Let's
Mitch.
do this. This is why we get paid the big bucks.
Now, I don't know if it's the Stellas.
I don't know either.
I don't know if it's the Stellas, but I am amped right now.
I know. And
you know
why?
Give me a second.
Yeah.
I'm getting back to Macromind Media for a
Sure.
sec. Did anyone hear me? Call the damn people.
No, like literally, this is the first time in 39 shows I've seen him this excited. Like, he's pretty good at it, but today he's excited about it.
I'm fired up.
Did they pay you or something? Like today, did you get a paycheck?
No, they do a lot for us,
They
Mitch.
do a lot. I never said they don't. It's just today you're really amped up. I don't know what got into you today.
No, I haven't paid the bill yet. That's why. If I really sell this one, maybe I get a day grace period.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Good point.
You know, they're not a credit card company.
No,
Mitch.
they are not.
They'll come for you.
They're here for the dollar bills. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about it. Let's talk about what has been going on. So, World Cup started about a month ago. The games where I will be the first one to say that I thought this was going to be the worst World Cup. Not the worst, but I didn't expect it to be exciting. With all those big names not in there, we all know who they aren't. I said to myself, this can't be that good. Mm-hmm. Boy, was I wrong. I've been saying it week in and week out. It has been better and better. And then now we're down to the Sweet 16, let's call it, right? And you say to yourself, it can't get better. This was the greatest Sweet 16 of tournament play of any kind I've ever seen. There was nothing short of everything. You had extra time, penalty kicks, teams coming back from nothing. let's talk about a couple of the big scenarios that happened.
It was unbelievable, Mitch. You're absolutely right.
The team that I have been calling from day one, Mother Russia, in the weeds, that I've been saying.
In the weeds.
The weeds.
They're in the weeds.
They are playing who, again, I feel like we're picking on them, Portugal, and everyone's got Portugal. Everyone's going, you know what, these guys.
No, Spain.
Oh, Spain.
Spain.
Sorry. Yeah, because Portugal lost another game, which I want to talk about.
Yeah.
Sorry. But they lost as well. So, Russia's playing Spain. Everyone's got Spain. Everyone's got them all day long.
Yeah.
And to be quite honest, Spain did outplay them easily.
Look, when we go into it, and we phoned Tommy, our official Croatian correspondent. Official. Right?
He's got credentials.
He had a point.
Yeah.
Spain, if you looked at the numbers, if you looked at the way they were playing, they were organized, a lot of passes, a lot of control, that typical, maybe Spain's back now. And they looked good. You come this game, and what happens, Mitch?
Well, Russia's goalie decides to, I don't know, take on all the forms of every goalie that's great in this great sport.
You know who he reminds me of?
Buffon?
No. Who? Well, Buffon, but July 4th, 2004. Nicopolidis.
Oh, my
God. Who played for Greece, who won the Euro Cup.
Who won the Euro, yeah. At the end of the day, you guys, Russia ends up winning in overtime. It was not overtime, in penalty kicks, pardon me. Great game, great fun. Well, you say to yourself, okay, there's the big upset. There it is.
Look, I called it, Mitch. I called it because sometimes you can't go with conventional wisdom. They got the home crowd. If the ball doesn't want to go in,
it just doesn't go.
It won't.
It won't. But then I said to myself, okay, what? There can't be any other. Like, that was the big one, the home field advantage. All right, whatever. Well, Croatia says, you know what? They got nervous. I don't know. That's the way I viewed that game. Croatia gets a little nervous. They need to go to extra time. They have to go to penalty kicks. They end up winning.
I mean, what a crazy game. You get the first minute, the Danes score.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Okay. Whatever, it's first minute. I've never seen this. 3 minutes later. Like, are we playing hockey? Are we playing soccer?
Yeah.
Boom. Croatia ties it. I felt sorry. That second half, Croatia, man, they couldn't. Again, the ball didn't want to go in. Modric, he gets a penalty kick. That, in my opinion, he's the best midfielder in the game today. He's got the opportunity, carrying the Croats on his back.
Yeah.
Boom, save.
I'm telling you, it was like, I don't know, it was almost like script. It was almost like a movie production of every game. So let's fast forward into the Argentina-France. Argentina, who barely got in with the help of the Croats. Right?
That's right.
So they get in. Everyone's like, oh, they should have just kind of lost that game so Argentina and Messi don't get in. Well, they get in. And they take the lead. And then France comes charging back and wins that game in an amazing,
unbelievable,
fun, exciting
fashion.
Game. 4-3.
And you know what's funny? It's 4-3. You get down to the last freaking play. That cross comes in, Mitch. I thought they were going to nail it.
Exactly.
I thought we were going 4-4, end of the whistle.
Yeah.
Crazy game. I was a little disappointed. Like I said, my head says France. I've been saying it for a while.
Sure.
But going in, I'm involved in another pool, not the one that we're doing together, which we're doing really good at.
I know. I'd like to think
we're tied for first.
Of course we are.
Obviously, right? Why else would we do a podcast?
Well, I don't know.
But so the other one I'm in, I had Uruguay winning.
Yeah.
Against Portugal. I had France beating Argentina.
Amazing.
So I had all my picks in line. And then I got all the other games right on the pool.
Beautiful.
Okay. But I'm looking at it. And I say to myself, Dimitri, this is probably what's going to happen. This is what your head says. But when I looked at the damn bracket, Mitch, and I could see that Portugal and Argentina have an opportunity in today's day with that Ronaldo Messi situation. Thank you. It's got to work out like that.
Exactly.
That's what I thought. The soccer gods would intervene and say, move to the side.
But they didn't.
Either case.
Now, let's go into that quick game. Uruguay, I watched that entire game. I was glued to it. Do you know why? That was probably one of the most exciting games I've seen. And maybe I'm not like the best soccer enthusiast in the world, but you know what I like? I like when a team like Uruguay can play both sides of the ball. Their defense is good, their offense is good, and it helps that their flag looks exactly like the Greek flag. I think that's why I was cheering for them, but in all honesty, jokes aside, that Uruguay team maybe doesn't get a lot of hype because they're from a country that, even though is known for its soccer, not maybe for their international soccer prowess, that team looks strong. Watch out.
France is not going to have an easy task here. And
Hell no.
Uruguay's got some really, really great players. And again, they get shadowed because they got to qualify always with the Brazils and the Argentinas and whoever else comes out of South America. Typically, Uruguay's in the mix, but they've always been they're like the England.
Yeah.
They'll get past the first round. They'll get a crack at the 16, but this one, you got to be careful.
Let's talk a little bit about the England team. Winning 1-0 late in the second half, and then Colombia ties it in the extra time. How many English fans at that moment said, "No!" They literally Bollocks is right. Then they score. What a save by the goalie.
First of all, you got to go back to before the penalty kicks when Colombia scored that goal.
Yeah.
I was my jaw was dropped because right before that the guy kicks that shot and it hits the post.
Right.
That volley. And you're like, "Oh my God." Well, they end up getting the corner kick as a result, and then they scored on the corner kick with 2 minutes left.
Exactly.
And you're talking England has that stigma of never winning in penalty kicks. So that made it unreal.
I know, and that's what I'm saying. So maybe because they've kind of beat that beast a little bit, maybe this is England's year. I don't want to jinx it because God, do I love watching those English fans win.
Now we're getting into this talk too. You mentioned all these great games, these unbelievable games,
right?
And you missed one.
No, it was
my
next.
favorite.
Yes,
Belgium, Japan.
Yes,
unbelievable,
great game. But can I tell you something? When I watched that game, do you know what the first thing that came to my brain was? Two things:
sushi
first
and bukkake.
But three things. The first thing that came to me is, for all those nice guys out there, you don't always finish last. Japan makes it to the Sweet 16, let's call it.
Yeah.
Because they were tied. They were literally tied in every category.
And they're just nice guys.
And then they end up getting into the tournament because they had one less yellow card than their counterparts. I believe it was Senegal that they beat out.
That's unbelievable.
That's awesome. So what do? They take advantage. They say, we're playing one of the best teams. In fact, FIFA has them ranked. I checked it today. Number 1. Okay? They take on Belgium. They're up 2-0.
Now, not just a fluky 2-0.
No.
Excellent goal
2-0.
Wow.
Then the second thought came. I told you I had two thoughts. So first one, good guys, they don't always finish last. Second, remember that episode we talked about the Killers? Where Japan, great people, great fans. I saw what they did after the game. They leave a note for the Russian people. Thank you very much for having us at your tournament. Guys, you're up 2-0 in soccer. Where's the killer instinct?
You have to.
You got to.
You got to harness your inner E Honda.
Exactly.
Okay, you're facing Ken and Ryu right now. Okay, you gotta dig deep.
Gotta dig real
You gotta get
deep.
that 100 hand slap. And
Exactly.
Just, it's
and what a comeback!
Unbelievable. And to score in the very last play. It was
How nice was that goal?
93 minutes and 44 seconds. They had 4 minutes extra time, nearly 16 seconds. It was a beautiful goal. My favorite part was when De Bruyne hands it off to the right side. He puts that pass into the box, and Lukaku, sharp.
Beautiful.
Sharp. Just dummies the ball, opens it up, and allows it to go through.
You took the word. That's exactly.
Sharp.
That was the play of the game. Him not touching the ball was the play of the game.
Because if he's... And it wouldn't even be him being selfish.
No.
That just shows his great awareness on the field. Because how could you criticize a guy in that moment of the game saying, it's coming to me, I'm just one-on-one, maybe I'll just give it one touch.
And isn't that what he's there for?
That is what he's there for, but he had the...
Let's call it what it is.
Prowess.
If that's Ronaldo, he's kicking that ball 20 out of 10 times.
20 out of 10 times.
20 out of 10 times.
And that doesn't even make sense.
That's 0 sense, really.
Yeah.
But he's kicking that ball. What a great play.
Unbelievable. Mitch, I'm already down to put this as the best World Cup I've seen personally.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay?
Now, I'm gonna throw out a couple of things at you. Scenario number 1.
Okay.
Messi and Ronaldo both are now basically done in international play. They're going to be, for the next World Cup, they're going to be 36 and 38-ish, or, roughly around that age group.
Messi, I believe, will be 35 or 36. But anyways, they're in the wheelhouse.
They're in that wheelhouse where they're probably not going to be on their teams.
I say they'll come back.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay, let's just assume they don't.
Let's say they don't.
They don't.
Okay.
And so that means neither one has won the World Cup. Okay?
Yeah.
Everyone always talks about these are the two greatest soccer players of all time. I have now looked over some stats, and I'm going to reverse it. I think I want Pele to be the greatest soccer player. 3 World Cup wins.
Different era, Mitch.
I know it's a different era, but
going.
man, I mean, when these two dudes are going to be tied forever, not have like 5. What's that? Sorry, what's that? The best player award again for soccer?
The Golden Boot? You mean?
Not the Golden Boot. The one with the ball. It's like a French name.
Yeah. The Ballon d'Or.
The Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
5 each. They both won club championships, an array of them, individual awards,
They
an
call
array
it the
of them.
Ballon d'Or. It's really the same thing.
Okay. Yeah. At the end of the day, none of them have it. And then you got your boy, Pele. He's got 3. And weren't you the one that kind of said that the World Cup was like the hardest one to win?
The World Cup is the hardest trophy to win. It's
aren't you
not
kind of contradicting yourself?
No, because the competition has gotten extremely better. Because Uruguay won the first 2 World Cups.
Okay.
So is Uruguay a better soccer nation than England because of it?
Yeah.
Oh, get out of here, Mitch.
Yes,
Come on.
yes,
Oh, yeah,
they are.
yeah. That Uruguay league is really, like, you're glued to that on Sundays.
Is that what you're counting it on?
Is that, like,
But you can't count it on just the league that they play
the nation, the everything. But, Mitch, on Sunday, you're like, babe, we got a Uruguay league going on. We're going to talk a little...
First off, I'm very much into the Euro.
Oh.
I love the Uruguay League.
Coach's challenge, be honest.
Yeah, go ahead.
Are you?
No, of course not.
Thank you.
What kind of question was that?
Look, but okay, I know on a stats perspective, sure, I know. Look, it's a tragedy. To me, Ronaldo is in excellent shape. Mm-hmm. I think he'll be eligible to play. The only way I see Ronaldo not playing down the road is because he's got a Euro Cup and maybe can justify not coming back. Messi, for me, I just don't see this being the last World Cup for him. I know he'll be older, but I look at guys like Ibrahimovic that, Ibrahimovic right now is at 35 years old, 36. He could, actually might be a touch older, but he could still play for Sweden if he really wanted to be effective.
I don't know, man.
And I just don't think Messi's
I think if
content.
he could have, he would have. Because his boys are they're playing England next in the next round. So
Yeah,
I don't think so.
know.
I think even though I'm not the biggest soccer guy, I'm gonna call you out and say I'm sorry, but these 2 big names are not gonna be at the next World Cup.
I'd like to make a 4-year bet with you, but I'm just not going to do that.
All right, fair enough. Okay, now let's go. Hold on. We'll
Yeah.
get.
Go ahead.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, here are the matchups for the next round.
That's where I was going
Yeah,
with
of
it.
course, and I got them written down here. We got Uruguay versus France.
Give me the French. I still like them.
You like the French?
It's going to be a great
I gotta
game.
be honest. I like the Uruguayans.
Well, yeah.
Is that how you say it? The Uruguayans?
Well, I don't know. Tell me. You watch their league
Yeah,
every
no,
Sunday.
it's the Uruguayans. Of course it is. Uruguayans. We got Brazil taking on Belgium.
Belgium.
Belgium, eh?
I think Brazil's going to eat some serious goals here, and I'm calling it. And do we got some old
No, you're
music?
not.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it
right,
because
go ahead.
I'm calling Belgium to beat Brazil.
Yeah.
Jeff, cue us whatever music you want
Yeah.
as the money-making matchup
this
of the World Cup.
This one I am right.
Belgium 3, Brazil 1.
Whoa.
Put in the prop bet. You heard it here. I gave you Russia.
Whoa.
I gave you Croatia. I'm giving you Belgium.
That's big. Well, then you got Sweden versus England.
I like England in this one, Mitch.
I do too. I think I just want them to win. I love watching their fans win. Like they just the greatest thing.
Sorry,
ever.
go back. Do you got
Yeah.
Brazil or Belgium?
No, I'll jump. I don't really care. I'll be honest.
Okay.
And when I say I don't care, it's that game to me. I think is a Belgium win. I think it's going to be I think that'll be the best game out of all of them. I like England. I like Uruguay, and the final one. My boys.
Who?
My boys are still in. Mother Russia is taking on Croatia.
I think this is where Mother Russia, the streak ends. I think Croatia played not to their full potential. I think they had a down game. They're going to get nothing but better. I got Croatia actually beating Russia quite handily here.
Quite handily. You say.
Yeah.
I wish people could see how I'm staring at you. I'm like literally like laser beams through your head. Like
What,
that.
you don't think that Croatia can beat Russia?
I don't think they can beat them at anything they do. In fact, I think if there was like a street fight or an argument at a bar, it would be like the Russian, because Russia's at home, or whatever, right? But what would that argument sound like?
Well, why don't we get in character?
Okay.
I'll be the Croatian.
You be the Croat. I'll be the Russian.
You be a Russian.
Hey, you over there. What you doing over here?
Hey, you talking to me? What's the matter with you? Screw your chavapi, man. We're going to beat your asses.
You don't know nothing,
bro.
You want some vodka,
bro?
You can't drink vodka. Bro. You know why? Because you have a vagina.
What are you talking about? We're drinking the Slivovitz.
You have a vagina.
Suck my pichke.
Hey, listen.
What?
I like this music. This is my favorite music. You leave. You have a vagina.
Okay, listen here, Vladimir. When we are done at discotheque, why don't we go outside? Then we'll take care of the business.
What you gonna do? Pull my hair? What you gonna do?
I'll hit you over the head with the chivapi, you son bitch.
Listen to me. We win Stanley Cup. You know Cup?
Yeah, I know lots of cup. I drink my raki out of cup and Slivovitz.
You drink nothing. You drink your mama's milk out of cup.
Oh, that's very nice to talk about my mama. How about your daddy, who actually is your mama?
That's a good one. But I drink vodka. I'm a man.
Nice maroon tracksuit. This is Adidas, bro.
Do you know who we are? We're the strongest. We're the fastest. We have Putin. Everything. Everything's.
I'm going to putting the hurtings on you. That's basically
what an argument at a bar we think is happening right now as we speak in Russia.
Between a Croat and a Russian.
If you didn't catch the difference, because there wasn't a big distinctive one.
No.
They're fairly close.
They might as well merge, actually. You know what? That's the play. That's the play.
That's the play.
You know, all jokes aside, if the former Yugoslavia just stayed together and had a soccer nation as one, they'd be winning World Cups year after year, Mitch. They're
if I was 7 feet tall, I'd be in the NBA too. So
you going back, bro?
No, you're
okay, hold on. Who wins?
Okay.
Former Yugoslavia or Mother Russia? Like we're talking
Mother Russia.
No way.
Yes.
No way.
All day.
No, former Yugoslavia.
No.
Yeah.
No, I disagree.
Bro,
did you watch Rocky 4? No.
Ivan Drago lost.
Yeah, but did you see all the equipment they had to like work out and stuff like that?
No way. Former Yugoslavia beats Russia 10 out of 10 times.
No.
Yeah.
No.
They were en route, man.
No, en route. But what happened?
Well, they broke up. It was a bad breakup.
Well, it was horrible. It wasn't good. No.
Yeah, don't cheat. Don't cheat and get caught.
Okay, but hold on. Yeah. Russia had a whole bunch of other countries. They had the Ukraine along their side. So do I add that in too?
Because Uzbekistan really has been making the Euro and World Cup.
You know what? For all our
Uzbekistan
Serbia, Croatia, I apologize for his ignorance.
Slovenia.
Because there are many people. And you know what? They're in the Olympics. They win medals. They're a strong nation.
I've never heard of a Croat taking drugs for curling. Never heard it.
Well, fair
never
enough.
heard it.
You can say what you want. You know what I do know is that come this Friday, we'll see who the real champs are.
But you know who they could never beat?
Who's that?
The 2004 Euro Cup champions, Greece, who
That's
won
so
today
true.
14 years ago.
The 2004 Greek team was so like you couldn't touch them.
You can't touch them.
No one can touch them.
No way. No way.
So talking about that and you know what? I'm excited about this weekend. I find it hard pressed to feel like the games that we saw last week are going to come anywhere near the games that we saw or the games this week. There's no way they could get better.
I don't know. I don't know.
Last week I also said one last thing right before we get into the NHL talk. I basically called Germany. Watch out for the Germans. Wow, was I wrong on that? Hey, Germany, suck it. What happened to you guys?
You can never cheer for that team again, Mitch. They disrespected you personally.
Wow.
Did they take a dive just so you wouldn't be right? I think
so. They're like, hey, guys, listen, put on the Hasselhoff because we're partying tonight. This guy's picking us to like make a run. Nah.
We're going to throw it.
Disappointing.
We just don't want to see Mitch being right. And I don't like it, Mitch.
Well, you know what the other thing is, one last thing, is that people were trolling me a little bit on Facebook going, blah, blah. Well, I'm not.
Were you getting cyberbullied?
I was, but it's okay. I can handle it. I was never, and I'd never proven to be a soccer guy. Right. However, there's a lot of analysts that said that Germany was going to walk all over everybody. And my team, the Mother Russias, they're still in. They're still kicking ass and taking names. And this weekend, we're going to do it again, Mean Gene. All right. And from there, we go to Dimitri.
Cut the podcast. Leave on a high note. That was perfect, Mitch. That was perfect.
I want to talk a little bit about the NHL. Me and Dimitri a couple weeks ago said, you know what? The NHL's on their off season. Everyone's relaxing at lakes, partying, traveling the world. The NFL's doing the same. NBA's doing the same. So why aren't we doing the year in review now?
Makes sense.
Makes sense.
And that's what we think about for the fans.
And exactly. And so the NBA decided to copy the NHL and do their free agency the same day. Mm-hmm. Well, Tavares, who, by the way, signed, as we all know, because we all live in Canada, most of us anyways, that Johnny T last week literally signed with the Toronto Maple Leafs because of one man. Not you, Chad Dubas. Not you, Brendan Shanahan. He's the guy sitting across from me. Dimitri Karolis literally got John Tavares signed on this podcast last week. Congratulations on that.
Thank you very much. I'm just going to go out and say it. They heard the pitch.
They heard the pitch.
How else? How else did it happen, Mitch?
There is no other way. That's the only legitimate, real reason it happened. Is he from Toronto? Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he always want to play for them? Yeah.
Did he bring a picture of himself as a kid because he's such a fan?
Yeah. Did he get a lot of money? Yeah. But it was the pitch.
At the end of the day, you got to wrap up the present.
That's right.
Otherwise, the gift falls apart.
That's right.
Okay.
Absolutely. You got to put a bow on it.
You got it. And they listened to the pitch. And Mitch, I think he walked in there and they're like, "Hi, Johnny T, how you doing?" Brought out the recorder.
Yep.
He went to reallockerroomtalk.com or reallockerroomtalk.podbean.com.
Yep.
Either or. And just press the play button.
That's it. They're like, Chad basically goes, "Listen, I had a whole thing. I had a whole PowerPoint presentation. But listen to this. This was better." And then he played it. John goes, "You know what? You basically had me, but that put me over the top."
Done.
Now, with that being said, the NHL ended. We'll get back to actually, right before we get into kind of the review part of it and all that. Last week, we did a scenario and a pitch where I was the Islanders, and I completely forgot about the idea that Lou Amorello, who basically mentored this kid or was brought in to kind of mentor Chad, and basically now kind of turned his back on him and said, "I'm going to the Islanders." And it became a Mr. Miyagi, Daniel Son kind of situation, the student versus the master.
Yes, it was a thing.
And we went through our little pitches, and I played it differently. But you know what? Was it kind of Lou at a disadvantage a little bit? Truthfully, look, the guy's literally 76 years old.
Really? That's I thought he was 105.
What? He's 70. So what exactly do you think he was saying to John, to try to bring him back to the Islanders?
Johnny T goes to Toronto, getting an amazing pitch by yours truly.
By you.
Just talking some real sense.
Right.
Okay, hey, you got to build the sense to make the dollars.
That's right.
Okay? That's how it happens. What's he going to say, Mitch? What did he offer him?
He was probably saying things to him that were so offside. Like, "Hey, I brought you Barry Trotz. He's a legendary coach. And hey, Gordie Howe and I used to go for lunch together. And how much do you want?" Could you imagine him trying to negotiate contracts?
Yeah. Hey,
what's that like right now? Where this guy
I'll give you a candy. You want a Tootsie Roll,
yeah,
Johnny?
Hey, Johnny, you want a Tootsie Roll, Johnny? Hey, 2 bits and a quarter, Johnny. What do you need?
I know you've been in the league for 7-8 years, but stick it out another 10.
Yeah. Come on, Johnny. Back in the day, that's not how we did things. Come on, Johnny.
Actually, they probably heard your pitch. I think Lamorello.
It could be the opposite.
I think he took your pitch.
I'll disagree with you. I think Lou heard my pitch and he's like, "Who is that genius on the other side? Who is that genius?"
But it's in the tonality. He just couldn't deliver it.
He couldn't deliver it.
"Hi, how you doing? Listen, Johnny. I think that if you sign with the Islanders, whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Hold on, I gotta pee."
I truly think Toronto. I wonder if that was kind of like. Can you imagine Lou going, "Hey, listen, I kind of want to quit. I'm gonna go to the Islanders." They're like, "Oh yeah, no, really? Okay, yeah, you go ahead." They knew they had John the minute he quit and went to the Islanders.
Time out. How come there's no female GMs?
Oh, it's gonna happen.
It is. It should happen.
It's gonna happen.
You know what? I would get Sofia Vergara to be my GM. You got the beauty.
Yeah.
You got the accent.
Yeah.
And great talker.
Great talker.
Who would not sign there?
I think the only problem there would be that most guys would undersign. In fact, that's why the team should. People are like, "Sugar, I'll give you $1," and she's like, "Yeah."
It's like, so we got
done.
Crosby, Ovechkin, Tavares, and we're all under the cap.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know what it is.
That's awesome. Well, let's talk a little bit about the NHL,
Yeah.
the past season, and then going forward. So NHL free agency happened. A lot of little movements happen.
Yeah,
a lot of
yeah.
good teams got some good
Saw
players.
James Neal going to the Flames,
Yeah.
Van Riemsdyk going to the Flyers.
Good. You know
Carlson is in negotiations right now with some teams. He got the okay from the
Yes.
Senators. So
It's big. It's big. So does Washington repeat? Let's start there.
you know, I'm just going to go with no. That's the easy answer. It's very hard to repeat. Very, very hard.
Is this because you hate Washington and Pittsburgh already did it?
Yes, and that makes them the supreme nacho.
Fair enough.
No, like what Pittsburgh achieved was incredible, but the Blackhawks couldn't do it. The Kings couldn't do it. I mean, Pittsburgh did do it. Those teams are near even in terms of players and performance and whatnot. It's very hard to repeat. This is why I love the NHL. There is a lot of parity in the league. There is a lot of movement. I don't think the Capitals are going to repeat, but I wouldn't put it past the team to get back to the final.
I don't think they're gonna repeat either. Exactly to your point, the NHL is too difficult to repeat. It's something that watching Pittsburgh do it was amazing, and so I don't see we're gonna see too much of it. But I do think that the Las Vegas Knights will have a great season. I was gonna ask you the same question: do they repeat, or now is the cat out of the bag and everyone going after Vegas?
I don't think they'll repeat. I don't think they'll get back to the final. I think they'll do well. I think they still got a team that's going to be able to compete. You know, they lost Neal, but they brought in Stastny.
Right.
So again, this team just got a little bit grittier with some skill. He brings that as well. But I look at teams like Winnipeg, that in my opinion really just fell right flat.
Right.
Against the
and I didn't see them do
Golden
too
Knights.
much in the free agency yet.
No, so that team's it looks like it's gonna stay the
and same thing with
same.
Nashville. I didn't see them do too much either.
Nashville didn't do much either, but now we got to look at. I mean, James Neal going to the Flames. The Flames are going to contend for a playoff spot. That you're adding 30 goals.
But is that good enough? Like, listen, you know.
No, but you can eliminate someone in the first round. That's how volatile the playoffs are in the first round. The good teams can go.
Okay, let's go.
Oh, we forgot the big one. Holy Kovalchuk to the Kings.
Yes. I don't know if it's that big. I'll be honest. There's a reason I didn't really have it in my notes, and I know he's a big name.
Yeah.
But I don't think, like, I'm not saying he's not talented and he's not great, and I'm not saying the Kings didn't need him. But here's a guy that keeps flipping and flopping back and forth, you know, from here in the KHL. I can't take this guy serious, I guess. And so for my own, like, little, because this is our podcast, I really don't care. Like, he's not that big of a name for me to get all excited about, to say whatever. Now, watch him go and score like 60 goals this year, and I eat my words. But in all honesty, I just don't care that much. I do care more about the James Neal thing, not because he's a Calgary Flame. I think Calgary did a great job in getting the things they said they were going to do. They weren't happy with the management. They got rid of them. They fired them. They bring in some guys. They make a trade on some players that they thought were not living up to their caliber.
Yep.
You know, the GM, I got to give, if Brad Treliving is listening, I'm going to say to him, kudos to him.
No fear.
Because the guy did exactly what he said he was going to do, and hopefully it works out for him. Good on you. Because at the same time, his job was on the line a little bit too,
of course
right?
It was.
So
of course
he
it
did
was.
what he said, and I hope, and I said this on the discussion board, and I'm going to say it again. James Neal is a great pickup. $5 million, 5.7, whatever it is, awesome. Okay, on one end. But I can't help it. Here in Calgary, we have too many players, big names, that come here and they just die. They like literally die. It's like watching a plant just die, and I don't know why. And I can go on. I literally can name you off like 20 names probably. And I just hope that streak ends now.
Yeah, I hope so too, and I hope so for us. But I think it will, Mitch. I'm going to go into the season positive. You know, we talk year in review, and I want to put it on you to start this one off.
Yeah.
You look at this past year in the NHL. What did you think of it as a whole? I
enjoy sports, man, and this is one thing I kind of wanted to bring up. And hockey, you said it earlier. It's such a competitive, and the talent pool is so high now. It is hard to stay on top for too long. So I'm enjoying watching all sports, especially hockey, from that point of view. Watching the Vegas Knights this year, and I know I've been really harping on it on the podcast over the last little while. I love seeing that. I like seeing that a team that's supposed to do quote unquote crappy in their first like 10 years not be crappy. So I really enjoyed that nothing is what it seems. It's like a magic trick. It's a sleight of hand. Basically, you don't know what to expect, and that's what I like. So I really enjoyed the NHL this year, where Vegas did what they were supposed to do. San Jose had a great year. Washington came out of nowhere, down 2-0 to Columbus, ends up winning the cup.
Yep.
You know, like it was awesome. It was great. Unfortunately, Chicago taking a backseat this year. It's, you know what I mean? Like, I really enjoyed the NHL from that point of view, watching it for what it was, what you're supposed to be watching sports for, and you don't know what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For me, tying in the World Cup into this conversation and what I saw in the NHL, you cannot take anything for granted in this league anymore, and it makes it exciting. Chicago did not make the playoffs. Not because Chicago was, they did lose some players, but they tried to really bring in some character guys as well. They didn't make the playoffs because there were 8 teams that were better than they were. That is plain and simple.
Yeah.
And when you can look and say, oh my God, the Chicago Blackhawks aren't going to make the playoffs. Oh my goodness, with Taves and Kane and everything. How good is that league? So yes, it is. I thought the year was excellent. I think good job for the NHL. I think it's worked out perfectly. I mean, sure, maybe Vegas did overachieve. Maybe they capitalized on it. But at the end of the day, this is why you play 7 games.
Right.
It regulates how it keeps teams honest. You
Yeah.
got to win 4.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to win 4. It's not a one-off like the NFL where there is times where people just come out flat. And man, had you had a best of 3 in the NFL, maybe it'd be a difference.
It's so different.
So I say good job. I love it. Everyone's getting better. It was great to watch, and you just, I'm just a fan of sports.
Well, I'm gonna throw 2 questions at you. Toronto Maple Leafs obviously get John Tavares.
Yeah.
Question number 1. Is Toronto, well, Vegas will tell you Toronto is favored to win the cup. 7-1 odds now.
Are they?
Okay. They are
not even
7-1.
close, but
Are they the perennial favorites?
No, they're not. And you know what? I had a bone to pick. I saw this on TSN the other day as well, and they were going through the panel, and I forget the guy's name. He's an older guy with the glasses there. But anyhow, it's not Bob McKenzie. It's one of the other guys. He goes, I think Toronto is the best team in the East right now. You know what? Pump the brakes, man. They got Johnny T. But you're telling me that the Maple Leafs right now are better than the Capitals, the Bruins, the Penguins, and the Lightning?
Yeah.
Guys, I'm sick. This is why they call TSN the Toronto Sports Network. Stop it. Just be honest. And you could tell because the other guy who played in the NHL there was looking like, he saw it on his face like, oh my God, no way. Look, he's going to make a difference.
Yeah.
The team could make a big run because if the Vegas Knights showed me anything, and it's actually to your point, is that if you follow the system, if you listen to the coach, it can work for you. So that's going to be the key for Toronto. They got speed. Look, the center line is great. Few problems on defense. Pretty good goaltending.
Exactly.
But you can't put them as the favorite yet, Mitch.
Well, let me take you where you kind of led me right into my next question. Did he make the right decision? Now, granted, this kid is from Toronto, and everyone wants to play for. Everyone wants to play for their hometown, team and all that, and it's exciting and all that. But did he make the right decision? Rumor has it was down to them, Toronto, obviously, where he ended up signing, and San Jose.
Yeah, good question. I think he did make the right decision. I think that playing in Toronto, just like playing in Montreal and New York, is a very historic accomplishment, right? These are original 6 teams, and Toronto is the Canadian team. But it's a good fit. Look, they got speed. They got goals. Tavares is walking in where there's already a player in his second season scoring 40 goals. And I think he's going to be an excellent fit. And there's a lot of good pieces. The beautiful thing about Tavares is, there's probably a bit of bias. Like we said, Toronto was his team growing up. He's from there. He wants to play there, all that. I think he made the right choice. And it's funny because our listener, Zach, he said it. He goes, the Leafs are going to be the first team to win the Stanley Cup. And I think he's right. Well, this team, keep it together, add a couple key pieces, and don't be surprised.
I'm just going to say this really quickly. I think obviously he went to the team he wanted to play for. It was a no-brainer. He was going to go to Toronto from day one. I think now in hindsight it was an obvious one. But I think from a professional point of view, honestly, if he was like really legit and he wanted to win the cup sooner than later, he could have went to San Jose and or Tampa Bay. because Tampa Bay is basically right there.
Look, he goes to Tampa Bay. I mean, that's a sure thing.
So there you go. It
me.
kind of just shows, like, if that's what you're thinking. In San Jose, I mean, they got Evander Kane now. They've got, Joe Thornton signed up. Not that he's like any, but they re-signed Couture. So, like, San Jose's right there as well. So, in my opinion, will Toronto win the Cup? Time will tell. But does San Jose and Tampa Bay, especially at Tampa Bay, have the opportunity to win in the next 3 years? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Should they get to Tavares?
But you know what, Mitch? He's also, look, he signed an 11-year contract. He's not getting that anywhere else. He might have gotten it in maybe San Jose,
sure,
but then they wouldn't be able to give Couture what they just re-signed him at.
I think that Couture and any player would say, okay, but I'll take a little less because everyone wants to win the Cup. I like to think that's what they're all doing.
Well, he's got
right?
some flexibility because he can look. He spends 5 years in Toronto.
Right.
Okay. He's in the prime of his career. He's going to have good 5 years. If he doesn't, you know what? He's that type of player that can do the one-off contracts and actually let him think about the money, like taking less money to win the Cup at that point.
Right.
That's how I see it.
Well, here, we'll jump from there, and you know what? There's a quick little year in review.
Oh.
But from July 1st, even though it was Canada Day, and by the way, Happy Canada Day.
Happy Canada Day.
It also revolutionized the social media scene because on that day we had Canada Day, we had the NBA free agency, the NHL. Now, didn't the Tavares signing remind you of the LeBron signing from a couple years ago? I'm coming home, I'm going home, or whatever, blah, and all that stuff. I think it's hilarious. I think Tavares, I don't know if he did it intentionally, but I think it's funny where Canada's team, the Toronto Maple Leafs get the best Canadian player to come home, like kind of ironic. I wonder if it was played out that way. But now let's jump over to the NBA. The biggest non-surprise of the year is our boy LeBron James signing with the Los Angeles Lakers.
Yeah. To me,
Worst kept secret.
Worst kept secret. I mean, I had hopes that he'd go to the Thunder, and it kind of made sense for a bit. But deep down, again, if you're picking with your head, it's the Lakers.
But you know what's weird about it is here's a guy that literally stole this show over the last couple of podcasts between me and you fighting. And then he ends up signing a 4-year, $152 million contract to go to the Lake Show. Everyone's favorite team, the Los Angeles Lakers. He's going to try to bring back what used to be one of the greatest franchises of all time. But he was overshadowed by what happened a few hours later.
Of just if Golden State cannot give this guy anything, they can't get not on the court, and not certainly not off the court.
Isn't that the truth? The signing, Golden State says, you know what? We won the championship. How you guys doing? We're bored.
Yeah.
We already have 4 of the best players on our team. Let's go for a full roster.
They have 2 NBA Jam teams within the starting 5. Minimum.
Boogie signs. Boogie Cousins is one of the best centers in the league. He's top 3 for sure. He ended up going down last year late with a torn Achilles, but he's one of the top 3 centers. Anybody will tell you in the NBA. Signs a 1-year contract. Everyone thought when they had heard the signing that he had gone to the Lakers, like LeBron pulled off a miracle and got one of the best centers to come to the Lakers. No. He ends up going to Golden State. Golden State now literally is fielding a front court that could be the starting lineup of an all-star game. And the NBA fans and teams alike blew up. They're mad. They were furious. Dimitri, should they be?
No, don't be furious. Hold on, time out. Let's look at it for a second, Mitch. Okay. Number 1, Golden State is a championship team. Everyone knows it's the best team, and everybody knows that you got a chance to win it. Okay, number 1. So it has appeal to it. Number 2, guys, this is their business. This is their life. They have to make the best decisions for themselves, not just for the fans. So get over yourselves. Number 3, they signed him to a 1-year, $5 million. Okay, that's nothing.
But that also means he could have went anywhere.
He could have went anywhere. So he says, no, I want to go here.
I want to win.
Someone's paying him $20 million. You just get LeBron James, who signed $38 million a year. Westbrook before look, he's a $20 million player in the NBA.
Easily.
Anyone's going to pay him $20 million.
Sure.
But he goes, no, I want to take 5 for a year.
I'm going to take 5. The injury might be that bad where maybe he's not 100% himself. His name right now might be carrying more weight. But I'm 100% on your side where I'm like, look, why is it that if me and you right now get paid. If there was like 5 companies that wanted us, we're going to go because of our situation. We're going to go to the one that's probably going to give us the most amount of money, right?
Of course.
But let's take the money out of it. And we go, okay, you're getting offered by 5 different, institutions to work. Aren't you going to go with the one where you hear is like the best rapport, the best to work at, this, that, and the other?
Mitch,
so that's what Boogie's doing.
Yes, at the end of the day, you got to take that back. Now, I don't know what his marital situation or family situation is like, but for me personally, you get all these offers. I have to take that back to my family. I have to take that back to the people that impact me the most immediately, and that's going to help my decision making.
That's right.
Look, we all. The thing is nobody likes to see superpower teams. My problem is not with the Golden State Warriors. Look, we know they're going to win again. I mean, prove me otherwise. It's kind of I see where the fans are coming from, where it's like, oh my God, like, man, this league is boring. Like, okay, Golden State just has everyone, and okay, poor LeBron is gotta try again. The little engine that could, he's gonna take the Lakers to a significant team, and he's gonna fall short unless he gets significant help. But don't blame Golden State. Blame the NBA.
That's right.
The example's in front of you. The NHL is the best yearly league, in my opinion, because of the parity. Okay? And there's no team. Look, I'm a Pittsburgh Penguins fan. I have not been shy of superstars since I've been a fan. Yeah, there was a downturn late 90s, early 2000s, but you get over it. We drafted another guy. The Penguins are making it work right now.
That's right.
Okay? So blame the league. Don't give it a big salary cap.
You know where I think people are a little mad is a couple of years ago, the commissioner got involved, not the current one, but the past commissioner, Stern, got involved and negated a deal where Chris Paul was supposed to go to, I believe, the Lakers. I think he got traded to.
Oh, yeah, that's
and
right.
They
I forgot
stopped it.
about
and
that.
so
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
a lot
yeah.
of people are going, well, why isn't this guy stopping this deal from
He's a
happening?
$5 million player, though.
But I think that's exactly why. If the guy decided to take less to go to a team,
What can you do?
you can't do anything about it. So guess what, NBA and NBA fans and NBA teams, get your asses in gear, start winning some games, and then more guys with a lot of talent are going to want to go around. Like, at the end of the day, that's all this is coming down to. We said it earlier. Maybe Tavares wanted to go home because that meant something to him, and he took money. I guarantee you, I have a feeling San Jose and or Tampa Bay probably offered him more money, and he said, no, I just want to go. So you can't stop that from happening, but it comes down to the preference.
We're also missing the fact that Golden State is an insanely well-coached machine.
You took the words out of my mouth.
Now, because people will say, oh my God, look, Mitch, the starting 5 is incredible. We know that. But let's just actually go pound for pound right now.
Right.
LeBron James, Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
Who's better?
Well, I say LeBron.
LeBron James, okay? So right now we already know the best player in the league's not on that team.
That's right.
Let's go to the next player. Let's go James Harden versus Kevin Durant.
Yeah, I go Durant.
I go Durant as well. Okay, but take now Harden versus Klay Thompson.
Right.
I'm taking Harden.
You take Harden.
So my point is that Steph Curry and Durant are the team. These guys are unbelievable. I mean, we're talking Durant is a bona fide MVP player. Steph Curry, I think, is the greatest shooter I've ever seen.
Sure.
They got a big 2. But I mean,
you know what that team has, Dimitri? They have chemistry.
They have chemistry.
They got it all,
Mitch.
man. They got chemistry, people getting along. They have the cap, everything.
When I look at Draymond Green, when I look at Klay Thompson, they're excellent shooters, but you put them on another team, they're not. I don't know if they have it. I think those players look better than what they are. They're just feeding off the success culture.
Exactly.
We see it all the time in sports. Why does a person go and do so well here and so shitty somewhere else? So, guys, Golden State is the total package.
Absolutely.
But do something about it then, Lee.
Do something. Exactly.
Do something.
Jump in and do something then.
Whatever. Why doesn't LeBron get his crew?
You know what? And he's tried, but you know what? What this shows me is that, because if you think about it, Boogie probably could have went to the Lakers. He probably was offered to go. Either LeBron didn't know about it, or B, he just didn't want to play with him. It's pretty simple. So that's it. So we'll talk about the NBA next week.
Yeah.
That was kind of our segue into next week's thing. It's just it was such a big segment, such a big signing, and all this stuff that was going on. We had to
really
bring
quick.
it up.
Then you got Ronaldo rumors going to
I
Juventus
for what, $100 million? I heard.
So you got Ronaldo, you got Tavares, You got LeBron James. I mean, the big players are shuffling.
Now,
I've never seen
If I
this
could say
before.
one thing before we get to Manga or Malaka, and again, I'm not the biggest soccer guy, but when Real Madrid has won 3 out of the last 4, and Ronaldo, it's not by he's still a fantastic player, still one of the greatest, if not the greatest. But he is getting older. That's just life.
Yeah.
Trade him fast, or let
Get the money.
Juventus buy him out.
Get the money.
Take the money.
Look, why did Zidane leave the club? He did what he got to do.
Yeah,
he got the chance. He got,
Boom.
I'm out.
See ya, I'm out.
Zinedine Zidane, how's your
This
mother?
is pretty typical business, guys.
Get out.
Like, it's done. Which, will take me to another segment another time. I don't want to get into it. But what we're going to get into now is Manga or Malaka, everyone's favorite segment.
The favorite.
It's what's put us on the map. From Morocco to Australia to Calgary, Alberta, Canada.
Ooh.
Manga versus Malaka.
You make me feel so good inside.
And this week's segment is the Calgary Stampede. For those that don't know, that are not living in the local
greatest
area.
outdoor show on earth.
Exactly. If you've never been to Calgary for the Stampede.
By the way, everyone, this broadcast is sponsored by Stella.
Artois.
If you've never been, I highly, highly recommend it. It's fun. It's 10 days. The city's atmosphere, the vibrancy of the city changes. Everyone's in a good mood. Barely anybody works. Lots of free pancakes and sausages in the morning for all to enjoy.
Yes.
You know why the
Yes.
Stampede is 10 days long?
No.
You can't take anymore. You can't take any more of the hangovers and the alcohol and the punishing breakfasts.
It's
after
so
that.
true. You know what? It's so true. And that gets me to Manga or Malaka Stampede Edition. Here we go. Yes. Dimitri and Jeff, let's start with an easy one. Corn dogs, Manga or Malaka?
That's an easy Maga for me.
Oh, I don't like them.
You don't like them?
No.
I'm a little bit with Jeff.
What?
Yeah, I'm a little bit with Jeff.
Give it another try this year, boys.
I'm going to try it.
There's
But
there's some interesting Stampede food out there, but like honestly, corn dog. I mean, that's been around for 50 years.
Yeah.
What's up with the corn dog? There's way more interesting.
Still
food.
eating
Well,
it.
here's the next one on my list. I saw this last year. I'm not sure if it's on it again, but here at the Calgary Stampede, they take a lot of pride in bringing some weird food into the fairway. Crickets on pizza. Crickets, like actual crickets, cooked onto your pizza.
I say Malaka. I think you could be more inventive.
Yeah, well, there is a lot of weird things. I'm going Malaka because, there's just some things you just don't need to try. And unless I'm stuck in a jungle and I need to get a protein take and I need to get my, eat a grasshopper, then I'll do it. But for all intents and purposes, if I don't need to, I don't want to.
Okay.
I can think of better toppings for pizza.
I agree. Well, let's talk about everyone's favorite, carnies. Maga or Malaka?
I got to go Maga. I mean, you cannot replicate that enthusiasm.
Jeff,
Hey man, who else but a carny can survive that?
you know what? You guys took I'm Maga as well. These guys are salesmen 24/7, 365.
You got to respect it. You got to respect it.
I spent years on the road, and I completely respect those guys. They're like one level beyond where I could even go. They're like a level beyond rock star, right?
That's amazing.
Now, if you come to Calgary during the Stampede, you're going to run into this. Beer gardens. Maga, Malaka.
I'm so conflicted. I'm going to go Malaka.
Oh.
And I'll tell you why.
Sure.
They're not big enough.
They're not big enough.
That's my problem. They're just not big enough.
Jeff?
I don't know. You just always end up there. You end up in the line.
It's the lineup that kills
I
me.
find I'm always trying to see the stage from the line in front of the bar or the line in front of the washroom.
Well, here's another. We've all been to Vegas. We've all been drunk, I'm sure, for the amount of time we've been in Vegas, which is usually maximum 3 to 4 days. Maximum 4 and 4. You're doing the UFC tapping out.
That's right. You're tapping out.
Honestly,
Well, here in Calgary, ladies and gentlemen, it's a minimum 10.
Yeah.
10 straight days of drinking. Maga or Malaka?
Maga.
I gotta say Maga to the first, the full 10, but honestly, who can really do that? Who does that?
You need
Like,
one
I
day
have
break.
one. I don't know if he still does it. I'm going to call him. I have a buddy. His name's Shooter. And for the year, his name's Shooter Banks. He's a full beauty. And this guy is notorious from from the sneak a peek to the end, he was known to be that guy that went out every night.
That's
and he was a gentleman.
All jokes aside, 10 days of Stampede. It's more than 4 days Vegas. I say that's 7 days. No, you know what?
No, it's no. You can't.
Maybe
compare.
5.
It's 5.
5.
Yeah,
We'll give it 5.
All right. Well, let's just go dressing up like a cowboy. Manga or Malaka?
For me, it's Malaka. Okay, dress up if you want, but don't go out of your way if you have to. You're gonna be one day a week.
I say,
be honest.
I have to go with Manga for 2 reasons. In the companies that we work for, it's like the only 10 days of the year where you get to wear jeans and not worry about it.
That's a good point.
Now,
Mitch.
the other thing is they've also toned down what a cowboy is. Like, I've never worn a cowboy hat in my life.
Right.
Okay. So the Malaka
You
part
should.
of it
That would
is
put you up to 5'7".
I should have to. At 5'9.5", wearing that hat will take me over to 6. No, but in all honesty, I think if you're gonna dress up, you have it has to be mandatory. You either dress up full out like a cowboy, chaps and all, or you're not at all. It's one or the other.
You're in or you're out.
You're in or you're out. It's
I
one
got
or the
chaps,
other.
but they ain't cowboy chaps.
Why am I not surprised?
Here's my view on that. I'm kind of conflicted on that one too, because when I dress up as a cowboy, and I have a cowboy hat, and I've played in a country band, and I've done it all, and at the time I was like pulling my hair up under the cowboy
that's
hat.
hilarious.
I felt like a Malaka, but
you used it perfectly too.
Yeah,
John, by
a
the
great
way.
usage.
Yeah.
all the girls on a hot day going to Stampede dressed up. Manga.
Ooh, that's a very good point.
The wisdom.
I didn't. Yeah,
I
Jeff
love that.
Wisdom.
Jeff Wisdom.
That's why he's here.
hey.
That's why he's here.
You know, I'm not going down to Stampede to watch some, old dude in his new cowboy boots trying to get into his Volvo.
What about, I didn't write this down, but what about those people that take the cowboy persona to the next level?
Oh, that's
I like the
Malaka.
guy-
You're trying
Full
way
Malaka.
too hard.
I like
Way
the guys.
too hard.
Yeah, I like the guys with the bullet belts and the spurs and shit.
Now, if you're a true cowboy, and
Yes.
that's what you're going to get here in Calgary if you come, if you go to the rodeo, those actual cowboys, like the bull riders, full magas, I would never go against you, sir. You are amazing.
Brick houses.
But the nerds that want to be you, that are up in the stands and dress up to be like you, full Malaka.
yeah, you can't go to Le Chateau to get a cowboy shirt, okay? You can't do it. Go to Lamley's.
All right. Okay, here's one, and let me explain it. Not getting any work done. Now, Stampede is notorious where everyone just doesn't work.
Yeah.
I
Manga.
agree.
It's
But
Manga.
you know what the problem
Take
is?
the opportunity.
Now it goes tenfold
We don't
when
need
you
to
get back to
discuss
work.
this
No,
one.
but
we don't need to discuss
the
it.
great part of
You're
not doing work-
partying and getting paid for it.
Well said again.
And you can blame the other guy.
And you can
"Oh,
blame
I
the
don't,
other
I don't know
guy.
what happened.
I don't know what happened there,
they didn't
boss.
get back. Yeah, they didn't get back to you. Must be Stampede. Oh, that's what it was.
Cell phone wasn't working
Let's go
in the tent.
to greasing the bouncers, because here in Calgary, there's two really big tents that everyone tries to get into. Very hard to get into because everybody and their dog wants to go to them. Greasing the bouncers, Maga move or Malaka move?
Look, it's a MAGA move. The reason I say that is because, look, it's their time as much. Look, it's the single guy's time to get laid, the married guy's time to just party and be away for 10 days, and it's the bouncer's time to make some serious dough. I say MAGA. If you can get away with 100, 200 grease at the door, you boys take it.
Now let's go to the other side. Let's say you're the first one in line. You're about to go up to the
Yeah.
front. $75 entrance fee. And I kid you not, ladies and gentlemen, it can be that high sometimes. $75 just to get in. Maga or Malaka?
That's a tough one. I got to stay with MAGA.
You gotta stay with the MAGA.
Take it if you can get it.
Take it if you can get
Yeah.
it. $75 and you haven't spent even a drink yet. You go with your wife. You're at $150 and all you did was walk into a tent.
What makes you think I'm going with my wife? Oh, the balls on this guy.
All right, two more. The CFL, for some reason, will
Malaka?
never do. Yeah,
Oh, sorry.
No, but seriously, I'm about the Malaka. The CFL never has a game scheduled in Calgary during the Stampede.
That is the biggest Malakia.
Never.
That's Malaka.
Biggest
Shame on you.
Malakia. This is a great time to promote it across Canada, and it'll be fun. And you know what? Why do they have to play McMahon Stadium? Get them playing right on the field with the Bulls.
Get him playing in the corral.
Get them playing in the corral. Indoor football.
Yes, after the steer wrestling, Stampeders, Eskimo. No, Stampeders, Argonauts.
Boom.
Bring someone from the East.
Bring somebody over.
Bring the traffic.
Show them what it's all about.
They won't go to their games. Maybe they'll come to ours.
Maybe they'll come here.
Maga.
And guess what? Right when you're done, party.
Can I throw a Maga Malaka?
Sure, of course.
Real locker room talk ideas.
Go ahead.
Maga.
Maga.
Just wow.
2 more. Last one, and Jeff inspired this one. Dish shape belt buckles. Maga or Malaka. Did you see how big his belt buckle is?
Sorry, did you say
Yeah,
dish
but
shape?
mine looks
Dish,
like Black
like a dish.
Sabbath, though.
Look at
Oh,
the size
yeah,
of the
that's
dish.
that's Maga.
That's a Maga. I like it too.
That's a Maga move.
Do
Yeah.
you know why? There's 2 reasons I like it. A, why do you think?
It reminds you of a WWE
Yes,
championship
that's
belt.
exactly why. That's exactly why. That's exactly why. And then you don't feel like a nerd walking around with it, right? You know what I mean?
I
You're
can
like,
see you, Mitch, at the end of the night, shirt off, just holding the belt up, right?
that's exactly what's going on. Last one. Here we go. Maga or Malaka move. People that bang to get tickets to get into concerts.
You know what? That is a
Giving
Maga
up sexual
move.
favors
Maga
to get
move.
into-
Hey, give it up if you got it.
Give it up if you got it. I say also. You know
Look,
what? It's like Cinderella.
Mitch.
You only got a certain amount of time during the year. Do what you got to do.
Are we not in the business of asset management?
Absolutely.
Well,
I'm
you
all
gotta
for
listen.
concert sex, whether it happens before, during, or after. You know, it's
The way
all
I
good.
look at it is if somebody's got the ticket you want, you got to do what you got to do.
oh, I love it. Great Maga Malaka.
Thank you.
Great
Well,
thought into
there
this.
you go. Episode 39 in
Ooh.
the books.
I was fired up. We were talking about insane topics.
I need a good stretch.
Oh, man, this was unreal. We got Stella Artois, we got Mitch, we got Jeff in the studio. RealLockerRoomTalk.com. AgapeGreekRadio.com. Hey, did you get a website yet? It's been an hour. Did anyone get a website yet?
Oh, no. He's mad again.
MacroMindMedia.com. I'm getting mad again, Jerry. But follow us on our channels. Like I said, RealLockerRoomTalk.com, at Mitch and Dimitri. Get on the Real Locker Room Talk Facebook discussion board. The thing's eating up. We got some great content from all of our roster, putting it in over there. Really good show, Mitch. We love it. Can't wait for the next week. Alchemy Studios, AlbertaRecording.com. Like I said, we got Jeff's got some things going on for summer classes. But if you want to learn the business, get in touch with them at the fall. It'll be doing. But yeah, this was a fired up
Thanks, guys.
episode.
Fired up.
I'm so hot that that's what I need. I need to hit the showers.
Well, you'll come to the concert with me.
Hey, what you doing with me, bro?
See you later, everyone.
Hey, bro.
Oh man. So we have I'm gonna say the best worst impressions of
The best
Russian
worst,
Slavs.
yeah. Oh,
like we are the worst. Like it's
I
bad,
felt like it was
but
the
it's the
exact same.
but it's the best of the bad.
Of the bad.
Yeah, no one can get it.
Hey, bro, you dropped the soap.